Hello YouTube. Today I have wired up my jig once again, and there is some strange salt attached to the walls of it. So you may have to turn up the volume to hear me. The negative electrode is this one here. That's blue, and as you see, it is doing stuff, creating hydrogen, releasing hydrogen from the salty water. Because I have round chips in here, what I've done is I've tried to connect the golds of all these round chips somehow, but some have failed, as you may see. Hopefully some will connect with others, and that will cause it to let out the metals, because the big one, this big positive electrode, is the one that causes anything metal to release. So I'll come back in a little while, and hopefully some of this gold has been affected by the central column, and if not, I shall shuffle it around. So I'll turn off the power, pull out the negative electrode, shuffle it around, open up an empty gap. It must be an empty space between the negative electrode, which I have put a copper coil on. I don't know if you can see that in there. It's so much glare, and yet so much not possible to see. So turn it off, and I'll show you. See, I have wrapped it in, so there's like some weird looking hair clip thing that came from a glow bug transmitter aerial, and I wrapped a copper coil around it. Now why? Well, that's the electrolytic receiver. Even though it emits, it's the receiver of any inductant, or what do you call it, electroplating goes on to the copper. See, with the gold, copper collects the gold, whereas steel, which will go into the solution, it collects the silver. So as switch it on, it is kind of touching the chips. I don't think all the chips are connected with a positive wall, you know, like, because it's like a big wall of all the round chips are silicon, and they also have other elements. But I have to try to put the negative electrode. The electrode just is something that conducts electricity from wire, from the power supply source, which is this over there, through. The way to know positive from negative is to look at the wire, and the one with the most white on it, painted on it, is the positive. And you attach by twisting, like green means earth, and yellow bale fire. So I just had a spare wire, and I'm using it. And before, my problem was that the wire of the positive kept on corroding. So now I've got this big metal thing that covers more surface area, contacting the gold chips, because I'm stuck just constantly trying to get each and every individual one to give out its maximum supply of what it's got on it. There's a way I could use rubber bands and stick some around it, and then let them complete. To only do say 4. But anyway, don't cross the positive and negative. That's what the salt water is for. The salt becomes the conduit. Using your left hand is a bad idea, because your body collects electricity, and salt puts a lot of electricity in the solution. So if you go fiddling, you might fill your body with dangerous electricity, and the left hand is the one what can damage your body. So use your right hand, and try not to even use it if you can. Even a lot of bubbling is still settling after when I took the hot water in. There's a little bit of salt in the bottom. I can't be stuffed trying to stir it. So it seems to be going upwards for some reason. There's an anti-gravity thing that goes on. So hydrogen production gases rise. Why is that? Is it something to do with atmospheres, or is it to do with direction of energy, or the directions in which energies want to go, the natural nature of going? What is the nature of energy? What is its true nature? How does it actually act from centre to outside, from the middle to the outside, and from top to bottom, and within gravity environment, or with argon gas and vacuum environment? There's all different ways that it acts, very much like the chlorophyll in plants have their own method of acting, and even acids and alkali have a colour scale. It's the same sort of colour scale, so very many things follow similar patterns. So my goal here is to get some of this stuff and then bundle it all together. So there it is in my shower, a bucket. I'll bundle up nano from the steel pipe and hopefully something other than it, say like gold or something. But how do you separate gold from steel? Well, this is the solution. You tip it off the top, and that's called decanting. Be careful, because you could be throwing away your money. We can have an earthquake. Today, I already know 3 or 4 earthquakes or aftershocks. And now I have sent it down to the ocean. I've contributed to adding metals back into the earth. And hopefully the fish don't all drop dead. Or can fly like a dog, because there's a metal content with gold in it. So I got a noisy toilet, eh? This is my house. Going through. I learned something today. I learned about gold, and when you see, I've been collecting this, burning off the gold stuff, and something weird happened. And a frying pan was what I used for drying and stuff. But I bought this frying pan especially for doing some crazy gold stuff. I found out something buzzy about gold. I found out that if you want to make gold colloidal, you need 15,000 volts to make the gold come off properly. Yet another guy said, no, you don't. You actually don't need that. What you do need is just a little battery, a 9-volt battery. Yep, I don't know. And then it can stay within the circuit that you're using. So, check out this light. Okay. One of these Asian lights that I bought. It's supposed to be very good for you, and a lot of badgers use it. See, when I turned it on, it was gold. And it's like a sun. When it first hits it, it's like a sun. But then it turns out dull and has this really cool coil going through it, and it looks as if it's made out of gold because it glows like gold. Maybe it's just a type of tungsten, but it keeps me warm as well if I'm near it. When I was living at the YMCA, we had a lamp above our bed, and it was a warming lamp, heating lamp. It's good for the cold. And look at this yum, doesn't it make you hungry? Yummy. So, what I was talking about with the gold is that you found some people saying low electricity, others saying 15 kilovolts, and others saying heat it, and it has to be red to be more monatomic. So I think some people are bullshitting, some people have some truth behind it, because metal shedding does happen. That bucket was proof of it. Positive electrode does cause metal shedding, and that's to create colloidal. You get these glasses that remind me of the magical ones that the magicians have been using. When you look into them, it's like looking at daytime.